Some people blowing some good weed. That's the good kush. Some people think objectively, eh? Some people think subjectively, eh? Some people think objectively. Some people think subjectively. Blowing a good cushion about to blow my nose. Some people think subjectively. Yeah. Some people think objectively. Hey. Some people thinking subjectively. Some people thinking objectively. I'm the best at the two. I'm the best groomed. The mattress is sweet. You got sweat, broom. Clean, sweet broom. Idioms, metaphors too. Analogies. I'm an analogy. I'm an anomaly. Me, I tend to. Most people don't tend to. I tend to see. All my folks out of Memphis like Tennessee. All my folks out of Memphis, Tennessee. All my folks out of Memphis like Tennessee. Tennessee, see my folks out of Memphis. Mark, take us away. Billions!
I was playing the video game Civilization, and I ran downstairs and got my dad, and for some reason, his first reaction was to video me opening the email. That could have been a really, really sad video. But I swear, getting into Harvard is the thing my parents are most proud of me for. My mom is nodding. You'll know what I'm talking about. Look, guys, it's tough to beat this. You'll see when you get out there. How many of you remember your first lecture here at Harvard? Mine was Computer Science 121 with the incredible Harry Lewis. Harry. I was running late for class, so I threw on a t-shirt, and I didn't realize until afterwards that I put it on inside out and backwards, and my tag was sticking out the front. I couldn't figure out why no one in class would talk to me. Except for this one guy, KX Jin. He just went with it. We started doing our problem sets together, and now he runs a big part of Facebook. And that, class of 2017, is why you should be nice to people. But my best memory from Harvard is meeting Priscilla. I had just launched this prank website, Face Smash, and the ad board wanted to see me. Everyone thought I was going to get kicked out. My parents drove up here to help me pack my stuff. My friends threw me...
Don't break the law. Don't mistake my best qualities as a flaw or as flaws. I don't break laws, I about it. Take me away, Mark.
A going away party. Who does that? As luck would have it, Priscilla was at that party with her friends, and we met in line for the bathroom in the Foho Bell Tower, and in what must be one of the all-time most romantic lines, I turned to her and said, I'm getting kicked out in 3 days, so we need to go on a date quickly. Actually, any of you graduating today can use that line. I'm getting kicked out today. We need to go on a date fast. I didn't end up getting kicked out. I did that to myself. Priscilla and I started dating, and, you know, that movie made it seem like Face Smash was so important to starting Facebook. It wasn't. But without Face Smash, I never would have met Priscilla. And Priscilla's the most important person in my life. So you could still say it was the most important thing I built in my time here. We have all started lifelong friendships here, and some of us even families. That's why I'm so grateful to this place. Thanks, Harvard. Today, I want to talk about purpose. But I'm not here to give you the standard commencement about finding your purpose. We're millennials. We try to do that instinctively. Instead, I'm here to tell you that finding your purpose isn't enough. The challenge for our generation is to create a world where...
That's the good kush. My purpose is to make money everywhere legally. Work in every industry, in every company, every business, own, found, CEO, head, boss. Take us away, Mark.
Everyone has a sense of purpose. One of my favorite stories is when JFK went to go visit the NASA Space Center, and he saw a janitor holding a broom, and he asked him what he was doing, and the janitor replied, "Mr. President, I'm helping put a man on the moon."
Mark is the head of Facebook, by the way. P.S. Mark is the head of Facebook, FYI. Mark is the head of Facebook. He's the founder. I think he's the head of Instagram, too, and perhaps some other businesses, corporations, sites. Or, take us away, Mark.
Purpose is that feeling that you are a part of something bigger than yourself, that you are needed, and that you have something better ahead to work for. Purpose is what creates true happiness. And you are graduating at a time when this is especially important. When our parents graduated, that sense of purpose reliably came from your job, your church, your community. But today, technology and automation are eliminating many jobs. Membership in a lot of communities is declining, and a lot of people are feeling disconnected and depressed and are trying to fill a void in their lives. As I've traveled around, I've sat with children in juvenile detention and opioid addicts who've told me that maybe their lives would have turned out differently if they just had something to do, an after-school program or somewhere to go. I've met factory workers who know their old jobs aren't coming back and are just trying to find their path ahead. For our society to keep moving forward, we have a generational challenge to not only create
I'm able to head in every industry. Mark, take us away. Mel-Z.
new jobs, but create a renewed sense of purpose. I remember that night I launched Facebook from that little dorm in Kirkland House. I went to Noakes with my friend KX, and I remember telling him clearly that I was excited to help connect the Harvard community, but one day someone would connect the whole world. The thing is, it never even occurred to me that that someone might be us. We were just college kids. We didn't know anything about that. There were all these great big technology companies with all these resources, and I just assumed one of them would do it. But this idea was so clear to us that all people want to connect. So we just kept working on it, day after day after day. And I know that a lot of you are going to have your own stories just like this. A change in the world that seems so clear that you are sure someone else is going to do it. But they're not. You will. But it's not enough to have that purpose yourself. You also have to create a sense of purpose for others. And I found that out the hard way. You see, My hope was never to build a company. I wanted to have an impact. And as all these people started joining us, I just assumed that that's what they wanted to do too. So I never took the time to explain what it was that I hoped we'd build. A couple of years in, some big companies wanted to buy us. I didn't want to sell. I wanted to see if we could connect more people. And we were building the first version of Newsfeed at the time, and I thought, if we could just launch this, it could change how we all learn about the world. Nearly everyone else wanted to sell. Without a sense of higher purpose, this was their startup dream come true, and it tore our company apart. After one particularly tense argument, one of my close advisors told me if I didn't agree to sell the company right now, I would regret that decision for the rest of my life. Relationships were so frayed that within a year or so, every single person on our management team was gone. That was my hardest time leading Facebook. I believed in what we were doing, but I felt alone. And worse, it was my fault. I wondered if I was just wrong, an imposter, a 22-year-old kid who had no idea how things actually worked.
You were never wrong, Mark. When you were a 22-year-old man or kid, you knew exactly how things work. Here I go. Advanced sales and communications prevail. Smooth sales, land jets, and rule all nations. My yacht exterior cost the most bucks. I'm all the way racked up, past the max out chair, with running stepping with every billionaire, especially Francois and Jeff. You all have met y'all met. Mark Z, word to you, I really feel blessed. They making bank, rolling stankin', hellin' dank, mansions with the most rooms, Melvin bank accounts booming, PhD in advanced sales and communications, movie theater, cinema room in my yacht, biotin and botanist. And the perks of the gigs I get and gotten. Shout out to my daddy's friend Gigs. He just filled with so much wit. Shout out to my other daddy's friend Ma and Noonie. They work well. They're workable. They do their best works. Their works qualify them as billionaires. Steve Ballmer, my people though. I remember the night I heard him be the one who won that spoke. Mark, take us away, because Mark's no joke. You never did bad, Mark. You know exactly how things work, man. It's my tribute and dedication to you. I love you, Mark.
Now, years later, I understand that is how things work when there's no sense of higher purpose. So it's up to all of us to create it so we can all keep moving forward together. And today, I want to